And I'm just going to, as I say, flag off a few wee things before we say goodbye to you. We have curated a few resources relating to the whole setting approach. Again, as Betsy said earlier, it's just a case of clicking on the hyperlinks. Some of these are resources that are designed for a Scottish audience. So obviously we've got the Target 2030 plan there. We've also got the existing whole school and community approach self-evaluation improvement framework, which some of you will already be familiar with. But this aligns very nicely with Higios 4 through an LFS lens. We've also popped in some reading there for you as well from around the world. Sort of curated ideas of whole setting approaches to sustainability from across the planet, mostly Europe, I have to say. So hopefully some of these might make for some good reading. And as Susie said earlier, there are a host of resources on the GTC Scotland LfS Hub, so please do click in there. Everything is free to access, and we'd really appreciate your feedback on it if you have time to drop us a line and tell us what you think. You might remember back in the midst of time in June, we started the fledgling LFS Book Club. And we've been delighted with some of the contributions that have been made already to our Padlet. So we'd love it if you were to share anything that you're reading, or any resources or blogs or podcasts or anything like that that you've come across that you think others would be interested in reading about. The link is there, and again, it's a self-access, freely accessible Padlet where you can pop on your own resources and ideas, but also have a look at what other people are reading. So please do visit that if you have a chance. The other thing that we have on the GTC website is our hyperlinked map, which really just gives you some great examples of practice from around Scotland. We've got lots of different sectors represented there. The different pins in the map represent different types of setting. And this is a place for you to upload links to what you're doing to make LFS part of the everyday for everybody. So you can click in and have a read about what other people are doing. You can upload your own stories, and we'd really like to get more pins in the map, just sharing the great practice that's out there. So please have a look at that and encourage your colleagues and the folks that you work with to add their stories as well. If you're interested in this kind of event, there are other events that Learning for Sustainability Scotland run, but very often we run these events in partnership with our members or other organisations. So please do have a wee look at other things that are coming up. We have a very interesting session next Tuesday, ostensibly for the youth work sector, but obviously the youth work sector and schools sector are very closely aligned, where we'll be looking at challenging conversations. How do we have those conversations around issues around sustainability and equity with young people? So that's in our events diary. If you'd like to have a look, you'd be very, very welcome to join us. We also have some free professional learning opportunities coming up, including our Learning for a Sustainable Future MOOC, the Massive Open Online Course, which is back for the third year running. And slightly later in the year, we'll be running our live at COP29 MOOC, which will be bringing you all the latest news direct from the COP29 conference in Azerbaijan. So please have a wee look. If you'd like to become a member of Learning for Sustainability Scotland, it is free to join. And we'll obviously, as part of that membership, send you regular communications and updates on things that are happening. Just a reminder that the whole of the Target 2030 Learning for Sustainability Action Plan is this idea of a call to action. And it's a call to action for everyone and anyone who's involved in learning in Scotland's settings. So if you want to know more about it, if you want to know more about the resources that are associated with it, that link takes you to the Education Scotland website. And please do have a wee look. As Betsy said, there will be the new portal coming soon. We'll let you know when that's live, but there's some great stuff in there already. So our next Connect session will be Thursday the 14th of November. And we're going to be looking at a slightly different audience. We're going to be looking at LFS in an initial teacher education. Obviously, everybody in education in Scotland is being tasked with playing a part in making learning for sustainability part of the everyday, and our initial teacher education institutions are no different. So we'll be bringing a little bit of insight and some ideas from that sector. So please do join us. There'll be some interesting things there for everyone, I'm sure. And just remains for me to say thank you so much for giving up part of your evenings and for coming along. And I'd like particularly to say a huge thank you to Emma and Rachel for sharing the inspirational work that's happening in their respective settings, and also to Susie for her input from GTCS. Ditto to Betsy for setting the scene, and we look forward to welcoming you to the next session on the 14th of November. We'll get the resources out to you as soon as we can from today, but if there's anything you want to share or ask, here are the contact details, and we look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you.
Thanks, Kirsten. Bye.
Bye-bye, Rachel. Thanks again.